Hi guys, so I'm going to be responding to Madison. This is for week 2 of the vlog, and there were 2 articles for this week, as Madison said, and she kind of summarized them in the previous video, but the question that she asked us was more geared towards the fear of singing article. And the question was, do you think that it is appropriate to give young elementary students criticism on their singing, and if so, how would you do that? So I was thinking about this, and what I think would be appropriate is there is a right way to sing, in a sense, because you have to be hitting, if you're singing a song, you have to be hitting the notes that are in the song, and you have to be like singing them for the correct amount of like you have to hold that note for the correct amount of time. Like when we play the ukulele, we play like 8 counts or 4 counts. So there is kind of a correct way to sing a song depending on what song you're singing. So I think if I was gonna criticize elementary school students, it wouldn't be necessarily criticizing, it would kind of be like reminding them of like the proper techniques or reminding them of the counts, because I'm not gonna criticize their voice and criticize and say like, oh, you sound bad, but as long as they can follow the techniques that I'm teaching, and as long as they can like hold the notes for the proper amount of time, sing the correct words, sing the correct notes, have the correct like melody, I think that that is like mostly what I'd be looking for. Of course, like some students are gonna have different voices than others, it might not sound that great, but like as long as they're following every like technique that you taught and everything that's right about that song, then I think that that's what I'd be looking for. So I don't really like the word like criticism, because I feel like that's not what it would be, but it's more of a like, how are you retaining these techniques that I'm teaching? How are you like following along with what I've taught you? So I think that in that sense, yes, I would criticize young elementary students, but not in the sense of criticize like, oh, you don't sound that good or things like that. And then as far as bad elementary school experiences in music, I really liked my music teacher. Like I had a good connection with her. I liked music when I was younger, but I think the kind of the worst experience that I've had was that like everybody else in my class was like crazy during music class, like during specials, especially like the boys in my class. Like it would just be kind of like a free-for-all sometimes, and it would be like they would be like rude to our teacher. And especially in high school, like choir, I saw that, where like the boys would be so rude and stuff like that. So I think that I didn't have a bad experience in music, because I like enjoyed it for the most part, but I think that like my bad experiences came from how everybody else in my class felt about music, or like how some people felt about music. They kind of took over the class and made it all about them. So that would be my only experience that's negative. But yeah, as far as criticism, I really I don't think I wouldn't call it criticizing, I would call it more like kind of like an assessment or like critiquing, because you're just trying to make sure that they are following along with what you're asking them to do. And so if you're asking them to sing certain words, as long as they can accomplish that, then your assessment, like your rubric, should be consistent with that. So that is my response. Hopefully it was making sense to you guys. And I can't wait to see what Adrienne and Jordan have to say about it as well. I'll be interested to hear. So I will talk to you guys next time.